Hey guys, I hope you're well. We just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about NaNoWriMo, and specifically the fact that I am glad it's dead. Which I know seems a bit harsh, but hear me out. The first time I heard about this organisation, this was way back in the day. It must have been around maybe 2011, quite a long time ago. And I could see the issues even then. First of all, we ended up with a whole generation of new writers that seemed to be under the impression that 50,000 words was a novel. Yeah, no, it's absolutely not. If if anything, it's an okay start, right? But the industry standard is 80,000 to 100,000 for a debut novel. That's what they would expect, right? A proper novel, that's like a doorstep, whereas 50,000 words is a bit more like a leaflet or a little brochure. You know, it's like trying to sell scaffolding and calling it a house. You know, it's just two completely different things. And people didn't like being told that, no, if anything, what you've got there is just a novella. It's not actually a novel. People got upset by that, but you know, whatever. But it also created this environment where it became detrimental towards serious writers in the sense that they would take this 50k, this 50,000 word novel, it wouldn't be edited. It would be poorly formatted. It would essentially just be a first draft. No other work would be done to it, and they would hit publish. And this happened at the start of December every single year. And what it done was it basically turned Amazon into this online slush pile of just poorly written work. And that really reflected badly on um, the authors who were trying to take it seriously. They were trying to be serious about it, and it's a terrible thing. I think a lot of them as well, a lot of them are looking for the title of author rather than actually putting in the work to learn the craft or progress or become better. Um, and then we had the scandals, the generative AI. Now, the organisation NaNoWriMo, they tried to make it about helping people, about accessibility. But when you actually look just past the surface, what you actually realised was one of their sponsors was a company that does generative AI. So really, they were on board with it, but only because they were pleasing their sponsors. It had nothing to do with empathy towards people who might struggle a little bit. And it's kind of a slap in the face as well to people who do put in the effort and don't just get AI to write their work for them. So yes, absolutely, that one hit pretty hard, and it was because of the deception. They implied empathy and kindness when really it was about money. And I'm sure I'm not the only writer who views it that way. And then the last scandal, another big one, in their youth writers program, or young writers program, one of the two. I can't quite remember the wording, but one of the moderators in there, they were receiving reports that one of the moderators was grooming minors, and they took a very, very long time to actually address the issue. And that's, I mean, first of all, that's the sort of thing you take care of straight away. All right, it's not great looking for the organisation, but secondly, the longer you leave it, you could be putting people in danger, young, vulnerable people in danger. And I think that was just the final death knell for them. But yeah, the gamification of writing and the way they done it, you know, the winner's badge, which is participation trophy for unfinished work, essentially. It just it took away from the craft, in my opinion, and I'm absolutely glad it's gone. Worryingly, I'm seeing more and more groups of people that are trying to bring back their own version of it. You know, the month-long sprint. The community doesn't need that. Just the world of literature in general doesn't need that. They really don't. Okay? And even if it's what you want, if you feel that sprinting with others is maybe helping you be more productive, you still don't need an organisation to, plan it all for you. Just find other like-minded writers and set goals for yourselves. Challenge each other. If that's your thing, if that's what makes you more productive. But for the love of God, do not give us another NaNoWriMo. It's a good thing that organisation is dead. And I know you guys, or some of you guys, will probably end my shit in the comments for expressing these opinions. But, oh well, opinions and arseholes, I guess. Everybody's got them. Stay safe, guys. I'll speak to you again soon.